Greetings everyone, Ishimard here, hope you're having a fantastic day. So we are doing a bonus episode of Eerie because there's a number of different endings that I wanted to get, just to sort of demonstrate them, and we'll talk a little bit more about the other endings that I'm going to do in a moment. We're just going to cover the lunar eclipse, one of the lunar eclipse endings. There's two of them. So obviously we've come to the top of the tower where Yuma is in a little force field of blue and Hojo is going to stop us. Because Hojo being evil. And if we don't use the Mirror of Nocturne in time, well, we'll see what happens basically. we basically allow the lunar eclipse to happen. Oh jeez, I'm coughing a lot. Yes, it's an ominous countdown time. So let's just observe the lunar eclipse. It's, you know, God, it's taken a while, isn't it? Actually, no, it's moving along quite quickly. So yeah, you don't have a huge amount of time to react. when you're watching it like this, I'm like, oh my word. And boom. Oh, that's loud. Inaba, bear witness to the end of mankind's rule. Watch as a new world is created before your very eyes. Thanks, Hojo. Oh, yeah, she just disappeared. Listen to the beat of my master's heart. Oh, is that... That is quite literally Cthulhu. Haha, my master, our clan welcomes you. Ah, indeed. Quite literally, we just summoned Cthulhu. She just literally summoned Cthulhu. The tower shook. The tower violently shook and began to crumble. Inaba's mind shattered the moment his eyes caught sight of the repulsive monsters. Yeah, because looking at Cthulhu drives you mad. His fate was to perish alongside the collapsing tower. Oh, that's a shame. Could have at least been a babbling, like, person. Inaba had no way of knowing this, but this offspring of Cthulhu came to Earth millions of years ago and ruled over a civilization on a now lost continent over the South Pacific Ocean. Now, with the Elder Sign seal broken, the offspring of Cthulhu revived using the blood and flesh of Yuma and all those who died that night. Hojo's joyous screams echoed in the air as her skin wow, and her nose peeled away and any resemblance of her humanity vanished. In a flash, the monster stabbed its claws into her chest and tore. Whoa! Sweet Jesus, this is all really savage. With a terrible roar, the offspring of Cthulhu spread its enormous wings and launched into the sky. Once again, it would seize power and rule over the planet. So this is like a pretty bad ending, let's be totally honest. Oh. There we go. And yeah, credits. Roll credits. So what I'm going to do quickly is we're going to jump over to the other save that I have prepared. Because, yeah, believe me, I've got multiple saves prepared for all this. Anyway, one moment. And we're back. And yeah, I've got another save here. One in the cave, because I didn't actually realise there was a save point just as you climb out of the little crypt that you're in. So I'm in the caves underneath the tower at the moment. And kind of annoyingly, what I didn't realise was if we were to go this way and you've got that weird like monster, well, we'll get to it in a second. So the monster approaches. That's Lockhart. Tetsuo, is that you? No, but I'm his friend. I see. I'm his brother. I forgot all about Masayoshi. This is the kind of funny thing. I was so concerned about all the Yuma stuff that I totally forgot about Masayoshi. Or at least I used to be. What happened? A long time ago I was dropped into this cave and had no choice but to live amongst the ghouls. The longer I lived the longer I lived with them down here, the more they opened up to me. When I finally found myself accustomed to living here, I realized I have fully begun... You... No, John, you are the demons. I can't believe it. Please do. I'm here, showing you everything right now, aren't I? I don't believe it. Please. Oh, please. I don't have any regrets becoming a ghoul. On the contrary, living here in isolation means not having to worry about the human world or its demands. Mochizuki is desperately searching for you. Tetsuo really missed me that much, huh? On the off chance something like this just happened, yeah, just in case I just happened to mutate into a horrific ghoul-like creature, I wrote a letter whilst I was still human. Will you give it to Tetsuo for me? I got it. I'll make sure he gets it. You received the letter. Why were you dropped in this place? A lot happened. A woman named Hojo threw me down here. The rest is as you heard. Hojo? Our teacher, Miss Hojo? Ah, so you're also a student at Kiragaoka High. You must be if you know her. It's the only way you would know her. She's done some terrible things. That's my guess, at least. When I was a student at Kiragaoka, I was a student, and oh no, don't do that. Don't do that, Masayoshi. That's a bad idea. Together with a student named Kamiyama, the three of us devoted ourselves to archaeology. We were always together. Those were beautiful days. I was in love with her and thought that she loved me back. But it seemed I betrayed her. Betrayed her? Yeah, she was born to a distinguished oh, wait. Distinguished family from Innsmouth? Is she a mer person? It seems that family lineage contains the blood of fish monsters, yes! Ojo Sensei is a fish monster. God damn it, Innsmouth. I made a joke about Innsmouth, didn't I? If I remember correctly. Fish monsters? That means, as citizens of Innsmouth age, they slowly turn into deep ones. That means Miss Hojo too, right? Yeah, she's aware of the truth. I'm sure she's been worrying about it. But she trusted me and confided everything to me. But I couldn't accept it. I turned on her. The sight you see now is a result of that betrayal. Ironically enough, I'm the one who turned into the hideous... Well, I mean, she's due to turn into a hideous monster by the sounds of things. But to be honest, I don't care about that anymore. Up ahead, there's a path to the building. If you take the stairs up the building, you should be able to get above ground. Thanks, buddy. There we go. I've got the letter from Masayoshi. So now, we can just continue on as we were. We'll get chased by the other ghouls, and basically everything is kind of the same at this point. But now that we have that letter from Masayoshi, well, another thing will happen. It's quite interesting because I actually did like most of Route B this time, and it really paints Hojo in a slightly different, in a more sort of what's the phrase I'm looking for? Because she's trying to help the other students, though she could also be murdering them. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not convinced, but it does certainly present her in a much nicer light. There's less of the conspiracy about what's going on with Masayoshi. We don't need to talk to the principal. We know about all that. So, up here we go, and we should encounter Mochizuki, shouldn't we? Up here. Tetsuo! Black magic, the darkness of the unknown fourth dimension. Hikawa, you, Asafoth, someone stop! Mochizuki! Inaba, Hikawa did this to me. All of mankind will be covered in darkness, Inaba. Take that memo, and Doctrine's mirror. Mochizuki, I met your brother! He handed over the letter. This is Masayoshi's. I wish I could have seen you again. Take this. If someone's hurt, but shows no wounds, this can cure the soul. I mean, would it help you, buddy? Can I use the spirit elixir on you? Apparently not. Oh well. Never mind. Okay, so We've got the incantation memo. And where was it? Oh, there's Nocturn's Mirror. I stood on it. Hopefully I didn't break it. So, we're just going to prime Nocturn's Mirror. Incantation memo. Yeah, when you chanted the cryptic letters, Nocturn's Mirror began to glow. Excellent, with prime Nocturn's Mirror. And we also have the Spirit Elixir. So, what we are going to do first of all, because I mentioned there were two lunar eclipse endings, and you'll notice now here in this room where we found Hikawa last time, he's not here. So I'm going to we're going to go up, we're going to jam the gears of the clock tower, and then I'm also going to run back down and drop a save, because I don't want to have to play for all of that again. So we're at the machine room. So, what we can also do is we don't have to use the crowbar, we can use the hammer. The crowbar has been far more useful to me than the hammer, so yeet the hammer into the gears. I appreciate the fact that we can do that we can use multiple, two items that work on that. There was another game I played quite recently, Shadowgate 64, that does a very similar thing where you have to make a key, and you can either use like a crowbar or a nail that you find sort of discarded. And I just like that. I think that's rather neat. The word I was looking for was sympathetic. There's if you're doing Route B, for the most part, Hojo Sensei comes across quite sympathetic. And there were much more scenes in the second, like the other wing of the building, which was really interesting. Yeah, I'm going to save that one. I could have done cave at the top there. Don't know why I didn't. But yes, let us go back up. Let's run back up the stairs, and we'll go witness the other lunar eclipse ending. Oh my word. I'm so glad I can strafe run. Just get my SR50 in for speedrun purposes. No. This isn't Doom. It's funny how they made SR50 the default strafe run speed, didn't they? In one of the ports. I think it was the Unity port they started doing that. That's really weird. Usually SR50 requires very specific angles, if I remember correctly. I could be talking nonsense, truth be told. I don't really know that much about the difference in the various Doom ports. God, this entire clambering bit takes ages, doesn't it? Can I make it over if I leap for it? There we go, that's better. I think last time I tried that line, I fluffed it a little bit because I didn't actually read it. But yes, we're going to go up here. And we're basically back to where we were when we started this video. But what I can only assume is because I primarily did Route B, you'll see where the difference curve comes into effect. I mean, well, I'll get into it in a second, once we've done this reveal. Ah, what was that? It's Hikawa. Yanaba, huh? So you crawled your way back to the surface. But it's nothing you can do. There's no way for you to get past this barrier. Your life will end just as the moon vanishes. Gaze upon your final moment and despair. Is that exactly what Hojo says? I can't remember. I literally saw that dialogue not that long ago. So again, yeah, so Hojo's fate is kind of uncertain in Route B because you get chased again by one of the mer people, one of the deep ones, and she ends up closing the shutter after sort of shoving you through it. Finally, that power is all mine. I mean, buddy. Don't you know anything about Cthulhu? But why? Why didn't accept the sacrifice? There was nothing about this in the book. What's going on? Interesting. So why does it work? I mean, I suppose it's maybe because Hojo is the Hojo is a descendant of the Deep Ones. I don't know. A brilliant flash lit up the tower, and a pure red flame enveloped Hikawa. The fire grew in strength. Tanabe can only see red. Ooh, the harsh sound of Hikawa's scream and the smell as his flesh burnt away seared itself into Inaba's mind during his final moments. Yikes. The next day, the countless bodies of students and staff were discovered and caused a commotion. That's sort of underselling it. But eventually, no, at least 12 people died. Now Kirigaka High remains closed, crumbling away without a soul in sight. But those who have snuck a peek have reported seeing something mysteriously wriggling underneath those fallen ruins. The truth of what's in that former shadow of the school has yet to be exposed. Something was seen wriggling. Ooh. That's some pleasant imagery for you, isn't it? But yes, anyway. And next time we're going to jump. We're going to stop here. Well, I say stop. We're going to jump then to the final ending. And yeah, should all be good. So give me 1 second. Alright, now before we do the last ending, let's just talk about the I've got all these notes as well from Kamiyama. So let's just go through some of these. The following is written on a scrap of paper. Who are you? Get out of my head. Are you trying to take over my body? Or do you have something in mind? Who are you working with? This is my body. Mochizuki Tetsuo's. I bear you no ill will. I was observing you from the great race of Yif. Yif? Oh no. I'm observing you for the great race. I am Kamiyama Takayoshi, a man who caught a glimpse of the vast wisdom far beyond the reaches of mankind. What are you planning? Are you behind what's going on right now? What do you want with me? Oh, this is annoying, but here we go. The following, yep. I do not wish you harm, but we have to do something to survive, right? Trust me, and I will help you. Do you know something about what's going on? That, and do you know anything about my brother's disappearance? Well, we know that Kamiyama was a friend. Those monsters are everywhere, gathering human flesh from all around. Something on this scale can only mean an intense ritual. I'm curious about it. There might be a descendant of a god on this island. I can't say for certain, but your brother's disappearance could very well be related. Well, yeah, because the descendant of the god would be, what's her name? Hojo. Do not approach anyone who reeks of blood. Their wanderings are not so aimless as you may think. I mean, to be totally honest, I'm surprised that didn't come up more. Like, we didn't bump into people who were like, would have tried to murder us. The world will plunge into terror and darkness if the descendant of a god awakens. Just seeing that huge monster's octopus-like head would drive thousands insane and more to worship it. It will send thoughts to the lunatics as they wildly celebrate its rise from under the oceans to rule the world. Mass chaos will ensure, morals will crumble, and they embrace the new ruler. Oh, no, I didn't want that. And then you got those invisible monsters. Those invisible monsters aren't common. They don't have names, but they are called... They don't have names, but... They don't have names, but we do have a name for them. Star vampires. They float around the universe searching for animals to drain for blood. Robert Bloch's De Vermis Mysterious describes the ancient ritual that must be used to control them. Using that ritual, he called that creature from space and is using it as his invisible servant. It seems that there are students of the occult here as well. And to deal with them, we use the powder. To deal with the hidden monsters, you will need the powder of Ibn Ghazi. It will allow you to see things not of this world. As for how to make it, if I remember right, that book might have it written down. Anyway, yep, so, with all that said, let us finish this once and for all. Which would be good, because this would be the final ending. And we would have covered, well, I mean, sadly, you haven't been able to watch all of the cutscenes, like all the sequences, the events, because some of them, yeah, again, Rigby really paints Hojo in a more sympathetic light. Because it appears that she's actively trying to help people. Though if she's a mer person, a deep one, she could be murdering them as she's going along. I don't really know. But anyway, it's much better that we drain the water out of Hikawa. He deserves it more. I mean, Hojo probably deserves a bad fate as well. But we particularly don't like Hikawa. He's a particularly bad egg. So, oh, crud. Oh, okay. I just have to use Nocturne's Mirror from here, I'm guessing. Ah, Hikawa. What is it? It can't be. That mirror, it's Nocturne's Mirror. It is kind of funny. It's like, hey, look over here. And, weaponizing Nocturne's Mirror. Bleh. But now that we actually have the Spirit Elixir, we can actually sort of... I'll let that noise play. Yeah, here's it over. We'll go over to Yuma. We have the Spirit Elixir, so we can use that on her. Yuma, wake up! Force feed her the elixir. Should I use that medicine? Yes, you probably should. Yuma, drink up. Ugh. Oh my god, I had an awful dream. Why is Hikawa dead? But is it over? I was kidnapped by a dragon. Yes, it's all over. Now kiss. Oh yeah, the eclipse has now passed, so I think we're all good, aren't we? Hey, there we go. We have finished all the achievements for Iru. Nice. The next day, the bizarre scene of events revealed itself to the world. Countless bodies of students and staff littered the once peaceful school grounds. The corpse of the principal and a dead body so mutilated they couldn't even... Oh my word! And a dead body so mutilated they couldn't even identify it were behind the sealed clock tower. The story became a sensation in newspapers and on television, spreading all across Japan. Inaba and Yuma suffered from terrible PTSD as survivors of the surreal incident and were admitted to hospital to recover. I mean, geez. Makes sense, but... is this really a good ending? At times, memories of the revival incident threw their minds into chaos. But they had each other. In an attempt to break away from those horrible memories, the two cut off contact and... Oh, what? No! Ah... This is all kind of sad. Then, with the truth still hidden from the world, the memories of that day slowly faded from their minds. And they reunited? But Inaba still sees that day in awe. Wow, you know what? It's a real downer of an ending, isn't it, really? I mean, they both of the sort of goodish endings are such downers. But yes, that was Iru. And, you know, again, I really enjoyed playing this. It's actually quite a fun game. I would say I would recommend you play it yourselves, but I mean, you've basically seen at least all the endings and a decent chunk of defense. As I said, depending on which route you go down, route A, if you kind of stick to route A or route B, you're probably more likely to see more things than I did. Because when I just focused on route B, there was a lot more events in that second part of the school, which was interesting. Basically, a lot of me bumping into Miss Hojo, and I say a lot of, it happened twice, which is a lot more than what happened previously, where I spent a lot of time just bumbling around. Anyway, I think with that all said and done, we will leave things here. That was Iru for the PlayStation 1. And yes, if you've enjoyed this one, like to see other sort of stuff, you can click on those bits over there, or you can subscribe to my channel as well, because I've got lots of low quality content. I've got lots of low quality Let's Plays there, which no, you might find some other games that you find quite interesting. Anyway, with that said, I look forward to seeing you when I next do.